practice, so been up for a while.
So what did you see from your offensive line in that first scrimmage?
Yeah, the first scrimmage was good. I mean, I think we moved the ball. I think we had three series with the 1-0 line, or the guys have been running with the ones, and we threw the ball quite a bit, which was good. To get some protection for Devin, and felt like we held our own. And but what we preached to those guys is that we wanted to see, operation and working, all of us being on the same page, and we came away with that feeling that we were all on the same page after those 3 drives.
A lot of it has been, at least the talk has been about simplifying and knowing whatever we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But from a physical standpoint, how has Jeremy Flax kind of responded this offseason and going into?
Yeah, I mean, I think Flax has done a good job. I think the whole room has done a good job as a unit, but mainly there. I mean, Flax knows that we were bringing guys in. I mean, I told him guys in the spring that we were going to go find guys that we thought that were SEC football players, and my whole goal in January and in the spring was to create competition in our room. And you're either gonna respond to it and you're gonna step up and play better, or you're gonna let it. You're gonna have that mentality of you're gonna just shut down and all that. And nobody in our room has done that. And I think it's only elevated Flax's. With the way that he's playing right now in fall camp. He's had a good training camp so far, had a good summer, and we just got to continue working. But that's the whole thing was in our room, is just continuing to build competition, and nobody can relax.
Zach, were you surprised at all that you found an SEC left tackle sitting out there at Northern Illinois?
It's. I mean, we were very fortunate. I mean, and Marques just being a really good football player, but also just the type of human being he is, and he just kind of fits. He would be a guy that Coach Stoops and Coach Schlarman would have recruited back in Marques could be in his 6th year here. He could be the same age as Horsey. Like, he's that type of guy that I think fits what Coach Stoops has built here. And we're very fortunate to do it, and the guys see it, and we want to just. But yes, I was shocked. I mean, we had to battle for him, and obviously we did a good job in recruiting, and Vince, targeted him early, and we got on him. But after you watch what he did, past years at Northern Illinois, and what he did to us the first 27 snaps before he got hurt, we were very lucky to find him.
What are your expectations for Ben Christman? I mean, he was injured when we were in the locker room the other day, but when he is healthy, what do you think?
I think Ben does a great job for us. Again, I think Ben has some position flex where he can bounce at the tackle. I think he started fitting more comfortable at guard for what we're doing like that. So again, pushing those guys inside, have him snapping also. He's a very smart kid. He's very smart. He's really rigid, so he doesn't get moved around real well. He doesn't get pushed back. He's really strong with once he makes contact. So, once he gets back rocking and rolling, I think he's definitely gives us that depth inside that we're looking for.
How much does it set a guy back who's trying to learn your offense and missing time at this point?
What we did so much, what we're able to do in the summer with these guys so much now with the new rules and everything, I think we're so much we're ahead. Guys. I mean, a lot of our. We're 12 practices in. A lot of our basically our whole playbook is in. Saying we'll have game plan stuff like that, but heck, it was in this summer. And you basically just reinstall it for training camp. So that to me is he's not as far back, like you're not practicing and everything right now, but the what we were able to do in the summer tremendously helps these guys.
Portland forward, we haven't seen him really outside of a few games here and there.
Yeah.
And I know he dealt with injury too. So
what
does he do well as a player, and what does he have to kind of pick up, for the lack of a better term, in this competition?
I think what makes him what's so intriguing about him is that he's a very smart football player. Like, even when he was on I sat down and watched film with him when he was on his visit here, and he just took me through even one of his. I think it was a game in 21. He was playing left tackle at USC, and he just kind of took me through a game. We watched every snap, and he kind of told me what his thought process was, what he saw, all this stuff, and just he's a very smart football player. He's not surprised by movement. He's not surprised. He's like wise beyond his age, and I think he knows he has to continue just to get stronger, and just at the point of attack and sitting down and being a little bit more firm, and we're working on that and being more efficient out of our stance. Obviously, coming and playing a little bit on the right side, which is a little new to him, but he's unselfish. He's ready to do it, and he's been doing a really good job for us. So I think that's the big thing, is just just growing and getting stronger, and you have to play in this league. So
he also seems to have a great
camp hitting the wall yet?
Nah, not yet. Not yet. Everybody getting a little tired. Everybody's pretty banged up, but it's a part of it. We staying healthy, staying in the training room. But it's not hitting the wall, but you getting to that point where everybody's starting to feel it, I think.
It's a grind.
Yeah, it's a grind.
Last year was a grind, too, for the offensive line. I know you all took a lot of criticism. How did you handle that this offseason? How did you respond to all that adversity?
I mean, really, I just took it to my chest, took it to the heart, really, but didn't try to see it in a negative light as if, people are trying to talk down to me or something like that. Obviously it's criticism. The fans have criticism, and that's what comes with the game of football. I just took it to my heart and just really been working my hardest to try and get better and try to fix those mistakes that we made as O-line last year.
How do you think you've improved the most just in the last year?
I think I improved the most mainly in my pass blocking game and really just my attitude and effort towards the game. I feel like recently in the previous years, it was more so an effort thing with me to where I didn't play to my full potential, but now I feel like I'm getting more in the range where I am pushing myself to those limits and finding new limits to make myself better.
Do you have to find ways to just find some confidence to be able to know that, like, okay, I can block this guy. I can be an SEC offensive tackle?
Yeah, it's definitely a mind game, and it's also a game of repetition, Obviously, in your head, you can go back and forth a lot with how you feel confidence-wise and how you feel like you're going to do, but you just can't dwell on those things. And also, it's just a repetition of the game. Once you get more reps doing stuff against, the ones or the twos or just whoever, just working good on your detail and on your craft to the point where it turns into a habit, that's really good.
This time last year, you had 0 reps for the most part, maybe a few sprinkled in here or there. So how much better are you at just identifying what the opponent's trying to do to kind of get past you?
I think, after that first season of starting the SEC, it was a huge learning curve for me. I mean, it's the second best conference in the world, so, we got talent on talent on talent. But the main thing for me was just being able to take all what I learned and then elevate into another level to where I can make the game come way easier for me.
How much responsibility does the offensive line room take in making sure that there's running lanes and that Devin Leary's got time to drop bombs?
I mean, we take it as hard as we can. I mean, Coach always on us, Coach Liam always on us, Coach Stoops always on us. And, in the past, that's where passing has been a rough spot for us, but it's something that we're definitely working on, and we're definitely going to keep putting like a head-on emphasis on to protect Devin because, you give him time, he will find those guys. We got the skill players. We got everything that we need. We just need to be able to give him time, and we'll be great.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yes and no. I actually tore my ACL my junior year. After my season, I played in the state championship. Well, I tore in the semifinals and played in the state championship. And then I had to have surgery after that. Out of high school, I had about 16, 17 offers, still blessed to come with offers, came from NIU, Toledo, Illinois State, a couple group of 5 teams. The only big time team I had was Iowa State, and they pulled my offer once I got hurt. But at the same time, it was just, I was blessed with what I got with my injury coming out of high school, and I'm blessed to be here today.
How much? You played the next week?
Huh?
You played the next week?
Yeah.
With it?
Yeah,
Really?
with a torn ACL, yeah. It happens. Sometimes stuff happens in life and you just got to power through. So that was one of those instances.
Did you always feel like you wanted to prove yourself at this level?
Yeah. I always believed I could play at this level. And growing up, a lot of people were saying I was going to play in the SEC. And just being at this level right now is a blessing. And I'm highly grateful for being here today.
Stuff happens, and I know last year that's a sentiment many can kind of share. Last year did not go according to plan for Kentucky. So how have you seen your group kind of respond throughout fall camp, and especially last Saturday in the scrimmage?
We're doing a good job responding with the different situations, and then like some situations we don't know about. So we've learned in situations. Everything is a learning process right now. Everything is just building on being consistent and being great players on and off the field, but at the same time, getting our playbook and keep on rolling with stuff going on.
Continuity is so important on the offensive line because it's 5 guys trying to do the same thing all at once. So, how do you develop that continuity? Is it just reps? How does that work?
Reps, hanging around each other. Like today, we just sit in the old line room and watch TV or they play golf, and I'll be watching. I'll be a little cheerleader a little bit because I can't play the game like that with golf. But just like little stuff like that, it's just the little things that matter with our group and just being around each other. It's just you build that camaraderie just off of just being around each other. So when you get on the field, it's just everything's easier.
Do you feel like a lot of that too is having a better understanding of the playbook? It sounds like things have really been.
Yeah, Coach Cohen does a great job of just simplifying everything for the offensive line and everything else. So just being more simple and making some easier calls helps everybody because it's simple playbook.
Is there anybody that's in particular a problem that you got to deal with when you're going up against that defense?
Like I said earlier, everybody can make plays on that defense. Everybody got blessed talent and unbelievable speed, and Deion just a house, and it's just everybody can make plays on that defense. So I don't be surprised when plays do get made. It's just I gotta do the best and make them limited.
It feels like too they're all about the same size, right? Like
Yeah.
Deion's freak.
Yeah, Deion's freak. JJ's long and his extra finger that'd be giving me some trouble sometimes, but they do a great job of just playing hard, playing through the whistle, and you can see that on film. So it's really fun to go against our defense because I don't gotta go against them in the game no more. So therefore, it's great.
How you've done? I guess this is your 5th or 6th fall camp?
6th year.
6th year. Mm-hmm. How's this fall camp different than?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Coach Stoops does a great job to take care of our bodies, make sure come in and get our work, and then he give us some time off. So that way we could go like take a nap, chill, get rehab. People was going through school at the time, and he does a great job of giving us time and a great job of just helping us take care of our bodies. So it's really been, I can never ask for nothing less.
Liam just got finished telling us what a pain it is kind of to prepare for Brad White's defense.
Yeah.
Multiple looks and the stuff. Do you remember much about preparing for them last year or what the challenges were?
Preparing for them last year, got to go deep in the archives and memory. But I believe just like they were so multiple. We were just like at some points we just got to zone everything and just like not chase movement last year. But if I think about correctly, like it was so multiple defense, you didn't know what to expect. But third downs is like the exotics, and just thinking back on it, it was a lot of prep. There was a lot of prep, and then just studying players too. It was a lot more prep than I expected for last year.
It's got to be helpful every day.
Yeah, it's helpful now. It's helpful now. And I know I can see some stuff a little bit better, but now it's just like getting them looks, getting them repetitions, giving them reps, and just playing through the whistle. So that's what you got to do with Brad White, Coach White defense. You got to play through the whistle sometimes.
You mentioned the camaraderie